Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I thought I'd do a little video about starting with something I read more than once last night on Facebook, and it was one of my friends. Her mother had shared it. I don't know if she knows the woman who wrote it. I don't remember the name. I don't know the person. Like I said, I don't know if she just shared it, she found it, read it, somebody else had shared it, how it went, but they were trying to share it all across Facebook. And it was basically, during this time, today is March 31st, and 2020, and it was basically, a woman said that anybody who is shopping at any of these superstores, like Walmart, Costco, whatever, even Lowe's and Home Depot. And basically the woman was saying that, you need to be at home, and, these are essential businesses. And if you're just bored and you're out just to cure your boredom, window shopping kind of thing, then you're not really thinking about what that's doing to the employees, what it could possibly do to the employees. That they're out there, they really are the frontline workers, and they're essential services. And they're out there risking their lives. And, she went on about this, that she goes home and her husband has been worried about her all the time, that she was out working. Is she going to catch this virus? Is she going to get sick? She could die, whatever. And so are the other employees. And so that, some of the other employees are in the break room, crying because of how stressful it is. And here there are these people who are just window shopping, walking around the stores, browsing, I think is what she called it, because they're bored at home, and it hit me really hard. I stopped going shopping, I think yesterday was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks, yesterday. And I think one time I just made a public video I made a week ago, and in it I said that it was my second week, and I think I had been once to get some box of chicken. Well, last week I just went to drive around. Now, that's the thing too, is I know in some places if you drive, I just drove around the block, by the way, but driving could be putting people in harm because of traffic, and other essential services are trying to get, like ambulances are trying to get through the road, or police, or whatever. But that's not the case here. It's very open, and there's lots of room, and it's not high traffic area. Now, if it were a high traffic area, just to drive around the block, to get out, that would be bad. That would be real bad, and real selfish. So, okay, now really the way I see it personally is it's rather a narcissistic behavior. That's not diagnosing anybody. Just the behavior is narcissistic, very self-centered, very all about them, not caring about others. Not having that empathy and compassion to behave. Don't go shopping just to browse because you're bored at home. No, that's not good. Or drive, just knowing that you could be holding up people who need to get to, wherever, need to get, go pick up somebody that's having a problem at home and needs the ambulance, something like that. No. Like I said, this is a wide open area, but I mean, there are some places where you live, you can barely get down the road on a good day, And anyway, it wasn't a bad day. It was a good day. So a lot of people were out walking around the park, and keeping that social distance, 6 feet, So, but I can see it. There are some people. I say this. I mentioned this in a video. Yeah, I did, about people who are out shopping to make shopping videos. These are the people who are some of them I have seen since then, or yesterday, in fact. They keep popping up, recommended, and I looked at other ones, and there was some kind of drama going on or something. Always drama, any genre. It seems like every genre I've seen little battles between people, some kind of drama. But this was just people going out, and they find ways to excuse themselves for going out and making videos at, like, Dollar Tree. Okay, this is not the time for that. This is not a vacation. And I think that woman that wrote that thing that I read on Facebook said, this is not a vacation. This is an emergency situation. You know, what is it called? I can't remember how it's put. But you know what I'm saying. This is not your vacation, go out shopping and keep spreading this stuff. We have this, you know, some just call it shelter in home or stay in place. You know, stay at home, stay safe, whatever. You know, they're calling, unless you're essential services and you're out for that, they say stay at home. Where I am, it's very different, seriously. And like I said, but when they just said that, when I went to that chicken place, they hadn't said it. Set that for this area, and they just did, I think, about a week ago, but it's very loose, and that bothers me. Now, I had no intention of being around anybody. Now, I'm not about to go to some place and go shopping at all. I don't even plan on leaving again until all this is over with, and that's what, another month? Tomorrow would start all of April, really, because it's to the end of April now. As of yesterday, they said that. I think it was yesterday. Okay, now we don't invite anybody over. We don't let anybody come in at all for any reason. And even my neighbors, I just went for a little walk. One of my neighbors, she's a young woman and her boyfriend, and she's real friendly. I saw her drive up, so I was coming back home, so I turned around and walked the other way because I don't want to have to, you know, explain to somebody who's young. Everybody can get it, you know. It can be dangerous. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say the words, but anyway. So I'm trying to be very careful. So as of yesterday, it's 3 weeks. Like I said, except for, I think I might have went out for chicken one time early on. Okay, and then just that drive around the block. I mean, I'm in my car. I'm not outside walking around. Anyway, but I was getting to that point of part of people that were making excuses. Now, you might say, well, that's an excuse, but I wasn't around anybody. These are people who are actually going into places like Dollar Tree for pleasure shopping. Dollar Tree, Walmart. And the stuff that they're saying that they're not even making that excuse. One of them not even making the excuse that she needed the things, you know, to, you know, like groceries or something that's essential. No, she was just saying, well, I saw other people do it, so I'm going to do it too. And this is why I think that's a really bad idea, at people putting up those kinds of videos. I have 4 or 5, I don't know how many that I made before all this that I haven't made public for that reason. I said that in that video. And I'm not trying to sound all self-righteous. What I'm trying to say is, like that woman said, you know, you're just out browsing. You're putting people in danger. You're putting their lives in danger. Okay? And you're putting yourself in, like some, you know, some go out with their kids, in danger. This is not a, you know, a fun vacation that's paid or something, paid vacation. No. So, I mean, we're all suffering. We're all having to do things, you know, very unlike what we used to do. So it's not just you, and the world is not about you, but like I was saying, I see it as rather narcissistic, but I also see it as rather hedonistic. Okay, that's a word we don't use anymore. Some people just associate it with sex, and it's not just sex. It's like partying, like this, just going out for pleasure. It's about pleasure, for the most part, for a big part. And you're just doing whatever you want to do, not caring. You know, mix those two together. No, you know, narcissistic people, if they have the disorder, I'm not saying anybody with the disorder. I don't know anybody with this, the actual disorder has been diagnosed by an appropriate person. But they lack empathy. They lack empathy. Okay, so these people that I've seen that's doing this, like going to the beaches and stuff like that, going to whatever they can to, like, you know, be like really rebellious teenagers when they're adults. You know, it's just, to me, so narcissistic and hedonistic, and, you know, these are the dangerous people. These are the people who are going to keep this going and making all of us suffer even more, day after day after day, after week after month, because they're not gonna, it's not gonna stop, you know, if they keep doing this. Okay, now I didn't come out here to do a video to rant about that. I really didn't. But it just, I went with the flow, I guess. You know, I was just going to briefly mention it, that thing I read. People are sharing. And I shared it. And a lot of people are happy that I shared it. You know, that this needs to be told. But when it first started, the people that I had on my Facebook, some of them, not some of them aren't friends, there's a group and all this stuff. They're not close friends or people I even really knew. But too many of them were acting like this, that whole attitude of it's a hoax, and then it went to this hype, yeah, that kind of sheeple. Yeah, and now they're not singing the same tune. Okay, but a lot of people were on there were making, putting up jokes about it, saying, making jokes about it. Not the same tune, like I said now. But some people, they do. Some people, they're going to fight the system, and the system can't do this to us, that kind of mentality. Yeah, that was so yesterday. I want to start saying all that is so yesterday about that kind of thing. And no, this is not a funny topic, but you see why I kind of chuckled there. So yesterday, but so last year, this, and like the conspiracy theorists, and those are often the conspiracy theorists, I see a great change coming with all that. I do. I see it as so last year. So, yeah, it's the pendulum swings, and it's going the other direction now, where it's going to be more about science, because we're at a time right now when we need these scientists. We don't need conspiracy theorists. We don't need people telling, just ignore it, just keep going out and doing your thing. No. We have people out there like that. We know that. So, like I said, I wanted to talk about other things, but all this is kind of worrisome. Like, yes, I think I mentioned that in this video about shopping. Now, I had started testing out, I think last year, maybe even a little bit the year before, but for certain last year, of doing things like that of having my groceries delivered, a lot of stuff delivered, even through Amazon, or here it's Instacart. And there's also, you can do it through Walmart and through Kroger, so on and so forth. But I think Kroger does it, they do it through Instacart. But it's kind of a little bit different which app you use, too. And, through having things delivered from Costco, from, what is it called, Staples? Not Staples. Different variety of stores. It may be one. And I think there's 2 or 3 grocery stores that they can deliver, and so on and so forth. But I've been doing that since sometime at least last year. And also had tried that of, you order them and they go shopping for you and you pick them up. So I do feel like we can't even really say it's safer, because nobody really knows. But for me and Adam, at our age, and we both are diabetic, and so on and so forth, we really don't need to be going to a grocery store for certain. And I've mentioned the way the grocery stores are here. I say I live in Narcissismville. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so we have them delivered, and now they have it to where they can deliver it and they can leave it on your front doorstep. I mentioned all this before. They leave it on your front doorstep, basically. And I had, I think I mentioned this too, Adam, months ago, liked to watch that Shark Tanks, and he said, you need to come up with an idea that I can make, and we can make money and all this stuff. And eventually I was laughing about it, but eventually I said, what we need? We need something. It basically is kind of like a refrigerator outside of your door, but it's for deliveries, and one part of it is just would be for things like cans, or other kind of like Amazon stuff, not food, not groceries. And it's, that they can do that, and then when they shut it, it locks. And it refrigerates what you put in the freezer, what needs to go in the freezer, and the refrigerator, what needs to go in the refrigerator, etc. You see what I'm saying? And that would be good. And I was not far off. I mean, I must have had some kind of premonition or something. I think that's what is needed. Because they can leave, and have scientists figure out how long does it have to stay out there to get off any kind of, like bacteria or virus or whatever, is going around at that time, how long stuff would need to stay in there. You could order a week or 2 before. You see what I'm saying? However long. And it just sits there until it's safe. That was my little invention. I told Adam, somebody needs to make that. I wasn't far off. That was months ago. That was sometime, I don't know when. Months and months ago. But, so we have them. But the bad thing is the stuff sits out there. I don't know why they're so stubborn about not texting and saying, I put on there, text me when you've dropped it off. They don't. I mean, that would be so maybe they're afraid you call them and say, hey, where's the rest of my order? Like, happened to me one of those places. They didn't put 2 items in there. Didn't credit me back. I called them twice, more than twice, and never delivered it. So, anyway, I was going to some point, wasn't I? Oh, well, I lost my train of thought on that one. It's kind of like when you watch people on playback, when you play it back, I guess that's what it's called. I would think that's what it's called. Like if they've done a live stream and then it makes a video into a video after they finish the live stream, and you go in and watch it. People who have people that are chatting and talking to them, chatting with text, the live chat, and they lose their train of thought so often. I just do lose my train of thought on video. So it's kind of like doing live stream. But I'll probably be doing most of my videos like this until all this is we're clear to go out. Start going out again. It's either this or it's going to be in the dark. Make videos in the house. I can't really do it any other way because the house has solar screens. Won't work. I'm never on video. And Adam's home doing his job, his work from home. I was so glad when he finally, listened to me. For a week of that, it was just like me pulling, wanting to pull my hair out because he wanted to keep going to the office. And he's way up there, and I'm like, no, they're saying stay at home, stay, then we went under, the next county over went under an order, stay home, stay safe, only essential people and stuff like that. And he is not essential. I mean, not in that way. So, but anyway, with him home, I can't do video. Our house is too open. There's not, it's not room, like my office is in a room that doesn't have, on one side, it's just a big wall, open wall. I mean, we're an open space, no doors, okay? The other one has doors, but what difference does that make? The other one's just open. I had wanted him to put us to have built in there a wall that, slides open and shut, but we never got to that. And then I could have some, privacy in there. And, if I need to be on the phone. But with him doing his work from home, it's right in the middle of the house is where his office is. And, my usual things that I do, I can't really do anymore. Okay? So, and when he's home, not to make too much noise because he's having to work, and I can be respectful of that, and I'm an adult. Okay, I'm not all about me, and so. Okay, I don't know if that clip ended right. I think I did it wrong, but anyway, I was at first talking about the groceries being delivered and all that, and I hope that it's safer. I put everything. I was telling Adam, I've catch myself on what I'm doing, really, and it's good. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 weeks now. I don't know how long, maybe more. Is that when we get groceries in that are like the cans and box stuff and stuff like that, packages, whatever, it goes on the kitchen table on one end, and everything kind of slides over at some point, and or is moved over, and the new stuff is in quarantine, and whenever I do use it, I wash it. Okay, I do. Whenever I get home, just put it over there. We use gloves and all that we can, so we don't have to touch something somebody's touched. And we're doing everything we can to stay safe and keep other people safe. Staying at home, not talking to the neighbors, even though they might be really friendly people. People that they deliver to the door, and they don't have to see us. We don't have to see them. These kinds of things. And we're not going anywhere. We're not going even through drive-through, I don't, or have food delivered like that. I just see that they've touched everything. That's all my brain can think. Is somebody has touched something, whether they're wearing gloves or not. I don't. They've been around it. I haven't watched them do it. So that's just my opinion on that one. But as far as the rest about the office now, given that he's home and I can't really do things like I used to do when he wasn't at home during the week. I was telling him today, I've been feeling like every day is rushing it, it's going into the next one. It's like Groundhog Day. Okay, my life has felt like Groundhog Day for a long while, but this especially. And So I told him today, this is, like I said, 3 weeks was yesterday. So today I told him, I said, I've got to do something like I would a job. Seriously, like I would a job if I were on a job from home. Now, I don't have a job from home, other than being a homemaker. And like I said, I can't do what I usually do when he's home. Okay, so I want to do something like a job. And the only thing else that I can see is YouTube. Okay, and I've been thinking I really need to get this together and start making daily videos, and putting myself I'm not good at putting myself on a schedule. Let's see, 5.5 years of doing videos. I've never been good at putting myself on any kind of schedule. Never, ever. I would try it. It lasts like a day maybe. And then I try another time. Same, lather, rinse, repeat. Just never been good at it. And right now it seems like the videos I do put up, they don't get that many views. Hey, that was like me those first week or two. All I wanted to see was what was on the news about this, what's going on, and what's developing. I still watch Cuomo, and I really like watching Cuomo. I'm just going to say that way. I really like watching Cuomo. True leadership. Yeah, and today they said his brother, Chris, has it. Yeah, they found it this morning. That's sad. Yeah. Anyway, and that's basically the only thing that I try to do, but I realize, you can watch it on, like, playback, on whatever channel had it for that day, so I don't have to watch it at that time. But I'm not having any kind of schedule. That's the thing. Except my morning routine. When I'm waking up and get my caffeine in the morning, that's basically it. So I want to try to get some kind of schedule to kind of see. Some would say, well, that's not going to break up your day. It's going to make every day the same. No, right now it's every day is the same. That I don't have anything that I have to do, that I need to do. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I've kind of rambled, and I intend to keep doing this on videos. I do. If I can get myself to come out here every day, I have more than one channel, every day to do a video. Like one be a vlog. The other one, I have a channel that's about toxic people, that kind of thing. And just get myself on some schedule, But wish me luck. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I think I'm going to go in and see what's on the news. I don't do that all the time anymore like I did at first. I was binge watching. Yeah, not anymore. I got too stressed, and I went through, I think, I would safely say that it was the stages of grief of what life was before all this. I've been through it, so through the stages. Anyway, wrap it up. Talk to you on another video. Bye.